Good day, crypto enthusiasts. This is Carlton. And as you can see from the title of this first slide, crypto probably isn't dead. But should it be? I pulled this early this morning and I was just like, you know what? I got to post this and put this as my head title here. And the subtitle says, Crypto is the cat with 9 lives. But some wonder if FTX might be the last one, by Emily Stewart at Vox.com. This, I found on an article November 23rd, 2022 at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, USA time. And I put this out there because right now in our market, there's a lot of FUD, a lot of fear, uncertainty, doubt. There's a lot of stuff that's going on. Markets crashing. Everything is like just blown up. And you listen to all the different experts out there, they all tell you, yes, the stocks are down. And I just had a lunch meeting with a business professional yesterday, and he showed me his phone with this whole array of top stocks. I mean, he was great stocks, Tesla, Disney, Facebook. I mean, it was a whole slew of, name brand stocks that companies that are doing, powerful things in our world, not just in the U.S., but in our world. He had all of these different stocks, and he was like, last year I had a bonus, and I decided I'm going to, put some money into this thing, and they all are down. And I told him, I was like, yeah, everything is down right now. Why? Because we are in a bear market. Interesting enough, one of my close friends, I'm on a call with him, and a few of us, a few of my high school buddies, we meet, once a month, and we do the Zoom call. And so, because I'm getting a lot of, I like to call it inside knowledge, especially when I'm talking to someone that's a little bit smarter than me and a little bit more savvy and knows a lot more of what's going on in the markets than me. And this person is trading with billions of dollars, hedge funds, and working with, these huge organizations. Okay, so I like to, think of myself as being a little bit more in the know, especially if I'm gleaning from individuals with that type of clout in this world. In any case, we're on a call, and one of my friends, he's like, I'm expressing, a little frustration how we're in a recession, and how the government doesn't want anybody to know about it because we're right upon the holiday season. Is spending season. Black Friday is no longer the day after Thanksgiving in the USA, and instead Black Friday is pretty much the month of October and the month of November now, because yeah, that's what everybody wants you to just spend. The economy is good. Spend money. We have a sale. Instead of this item being $220, you can get it for $215 because we have this big, huge sale. And we're not going to tell you that we're actually going to charge you $230. It's all kinds of crazy stuff going on out there. I'm just going a little play on those prices there. You get what I'm saying, though. They say an item is on sale, but if you take a look at that item, 6 months ago, it actually was cheaper. But anyway, that's another conversation. So anyway, so my buddy says, recession? We're not in a recession. And so he he says he pulls up his information because he's watching the GDP, and he was like, no, the GDP for the last quarter was up 2.4%. I didn't say anything. I just kept my mouth closed. Why? Why would you comment? Why would I continue on saying anything else when the proof is in the pudding? It is what it is. governments, and when I say governments, I'm not just talking about USA, I'm talking about UK, I'm talking about all around the world, they do and put out there whatever they want to put out there, and whatever they want to make the narrative for their community. You know, I had to get some keys made recently, and I went to the same place, Home Depot, got some keys made. This is November, maybe about 6 months ago. And I spent maybe $1.50 per key. This time I spent I spent $3.47. Yes, $3.47 per key. And the representative there, she knew the deal as well. In fact, she told me. But I remembered the price because I'm pretty good with numbers. So I remember what I paid 6 months ago. But she actually said it. She said, yeah, these are like $1.50 and now they don't went up, more than double. And I was like, yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, let's get back to the point of this here conversation we having here. Everything is going kaput, if you really want to put it that way. It all depends on how you want to look at things. Are the markets down? Is Bitcoin down? Yeah, but you know what? I was actually on a call not too long ago, a few weeks ago, where a person, same person that I just mentioned that, is working with, billions of dollars, hedge funds and so forth. Like I said, I like to talk to people and at least be in the midst of people that are a little bit smarter than me, a little bit more savvier and working with these different things in the economy. And so he makes the prediction, Bitcoins, I think it was floating around 19,000, 20,000, of exactly when it was going to drop the 16K. And you know what? He was dead on point. He has been on point for the last 2 years, running every single time that he says this is what's going to happen. And I'm just like, wow. He lives and breathes on the markets. Unlike me, as you can tell, this is the first time I'm doing a new video over the past few months because, life gets busy, and unlike me. But he lives and breathes, on all of the different charts, the indexes, the stocks, the bonds, the mutual funds, everything that's going on in the economy. So in any case, is Bitcoin dead? Probably not. So here's my real assessment on what I see and what's going on out there. I think one, people need to be a little bit more savvier in what they're doing with their funds, because, the economy is going to continue to be in a downward spiral because we are in a recession. Yep, you heard it. We're in a recession. It is what it is. And that means 2023 may not necessarily look any better. 2024, maybe towards the end of 2024. It takes a few years to come out of a recession. And keep in mind, when we're in a bull run, the bull run just keeps on running. I mean, it just keeps on chucking. I mean, we've been in a bull run for, what, 10 years? I mean, usually, bull runs, they last a while. So we got to be grateful. But just because the markets are down, just because Ethereum, Bitcoin, and all these other cryptos are down, and mortgage rates are up high, and Going to the supermarket is expensive. Gas prices are high. Just because of all these crazy things that's going on does not mean you cannot make money. This is during a time when millionaires are born. This is during a time that people who know what they're doing make massive amount of money. So let's move on, because I promised myself I was not going to make this a long video. So I'm going to pretty much run through the rest of this. You can pause, you can stop, you can freeze, you can do whatever you need to do. But I'm going to pretty much go a little bit faster than I previous was talking. I just needed to get that stuff out there. So before I talk about this Novatech 9 months review, let me give you a little bit of a backdrop. First of all, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not your financial advisor, more importantly. And any and everything that I say, and any and everything that anyone says that's on a social media, YouTube channel, or whatever, you need to do your own due diligence. With that being said, let's jump right up in this. So I have been with this company, Novatech, for over 9 months, actually. It's almost 10 months right now. I know. I'm so slow. I was supposed to have been doing this video the end of October, but hey, you got that nice little ad that I was able to post up there for the 23rd of November. You wouldn't have got that if I posted this the end of October. So let's be happy. Novatech 9 month review. All right, so January 29th, 2022 is when I opened up my account. If you would have followed me and did the exact same thing, here's the results that you would have witnessed. All right, so the last week in October, every Friday we get paid. Every Friday there's some type of a ROI. And since June of 2019, this company has consistently produced a positive ROI. Now, its averages around 3%. However, it's not always 3%. Sometimes it's much lower. Sometimes it's a lot, well, I ain't gonna say a lot higher, but sometimes it's higher, like in the 4. But hey, 2-3% on a weekly basis, man, come on. You can't beat that. And during this particular time. And during COVID, when COVID launched and started, or at least when they put it, okay, I'm not even going to get into that whole COVID scenario. Anyway, this thing has been going on since June of 2019. So there you go. You do the math. Let me keep moving. If you would have started with $250, by the way, I don't recommend $250. The only reason why I'm showing this slide is because if you go through my channel, you will notice that I always was talking about this 250, and so I just want to be consistent. However, at this point, I strongly recommend people to come in with at least 500, because you just never know where the percentage is going to be. If the percentage is lower, then, anyway, you want to start off with at least 5 or at least $300. One of the main reasons is because there is a $25 monthly fee if you have a trading balance of less than $25,000. So do the math on your own. If you have, anyway, I'm not going to do the math for you. Do the math on your own. So this is the reason why I recommend, 300 or 500. But in this particular scenario, hey, this worked out. First week, you can see the numbers in there. Like I said, I'm not going to go over this thing super in detail. I'm going to move. That was February's stats. That was March stats. Here's April, May, June, and all right. So I'll go over a little bit more in this last one that you see here. July. Or actually, no. I'm going to go over this last one. There you go. This is the last one. September, October. So that $250, if you would have followed me, I have the exact percentages of what I've earned with my money, and I'll put it in here for each one of these different scenarios that I'm going to go over. You would have had at the end of October $398. That is crazy. What? $398 off of 250, total of 115.39%. Where you going to get that from? I'm going to tell you one thing. What stop some of you that's even watching this video right now is the fear, uncertainty, and the doubt and everything else that you see going on in the market. You know, you're looking at the market and everything's going down, and I'm sitting back and saying, yeah, I'm still clocking average 2 to 4% a week. Anyway, let me move on. Started with $500 if you did the recommended minimum that I am recommending. Now, if you want more information in regards to what the company says is the minimum, then you can check out one of my other videos. I believe the company has it as low as $99. But unless you're trying to build, teams or what have you, which most people don't. In fact, 70% of Novatech's members, they just simply sit back and collect their ROI every week, and they don't share this with anyone. It's only 30% of us that's actually out here doing what I'm doing right now and sharing this. Let me move on. If you started with $500, you see the numbers on there. Like I said, freeze the screen, pause, stop, whatever you got to do, take snapshots. That was February, March. Here's April, May, and June. We're going to move on July, August. And I'm going to freeze over here for a moment. September and October. $500, you would have had $1,174. See, this is the thing that I really love about compounding. When you think about compounding interest, when you're compounding, it just takes things to a whole different level. And the more money that you have in, the more obviously that comes out. You've seen what happened with 250, right? 250 was awesome. You got $398 at the end of 9 months. That's great. But look what $500 did. 500 got you your money back plus another $674 after 9 months. What? Come on, man. This is a no-brainer. You put it in, and now that they've started this auto trading thing, they started this auto transfer, this just happened about a month ago, sometime in October. Novatech introduced this option where you can go into your back office, click on a button, click it to auto transfer. What does that mean? That means every Friday, the system automatically does the compounding for you. And you get an email. And you just sit back. And I think this is probably one of the reasons why many people, about 70% that is, just look at it as, an extra retirement account. It's a great retirement account because what do you do on your regular jobs with your 401k that ain't doing jack for you, or all those or thrift savings plans for those of you working with the government, whatever those different retirement plans. Do you check it every single day? No, you don't. You get a statement at the end of the year. All right, well, treat this the same way. The only difference is this is actually doing some serious work for you. All right, so let's move on. Let's move on. If you started off with $1,000, now you're looking at, okay, you see the months, February, March. Again, I'm going to fast forward. You can freeze, take screenshots, do whatever you got to do. There's the numbers for you. All right, let's stop here. That $1,000 at the end of October, after 9 complete months, turns into $2,674. $83. What? That's crazy. So not only you doubled your money, you almost tripled. It's like you doubled and more than double and a half of your initial funds that you put into the account. All right, I'm gonna do one more example for you. All right, this is the last one. And I've had people that come in with this. I've had people that actually come in with even a lot higher. But let's say if you came in January 29th with me and you say, I'm going to put in 10K. All right, well, if you came in on January 29th, this is what your 10K is going to look like. You got February there, March. You got April, May, June. You can look at the numbers. It's on the screen. You got July, you got August. Now look at this. Now this is sweet. You see what that 10K just did in 9 months? It tripled. Yes, it tripled. Go ahead and go to this site called www.thecalculatorsite.com. Click on Forex calculator that's in that system. It's going to be a link in the description. You can click on as well, and you put this number in there. Now I'm putting the average of 3%. Now obviously I'm putting in exact numbers here, so this is all exact here. But if you put in an average of 3% or whatever, you should be somewhere around the same amount. $30,000 starting off with 10K. That's over 3x. This is crazy. 9 months. Insane. Completely insane. And you see what was written down there in the right-hand corner? No more fees. Because once you're over 25K, what happens? Raise your hand. Somebody. What did I say in the very beginning of the of talking about Novatech? You only pay that $25 platform fee if your trading balance is under 25K. Well, once you had a balance of over 25K for a month, well, not only do you no longer pay a fee, but now you get a 1% bonus based off of what you've received of the ROIs for the previous month. Yeah, nice. So not only do you not pay the 25, but now you get a little chump change. I mean, it's not a lot of money, but hey, it's something, especially when you're no longer paying that $25 fee. Not that it's a big deal. All right, let's get ready to wrap this thing up. Here's what's happened over the past 38 months. You can take a screenshot. I don't, I'm not going to insult your intelligence by reading off every single thing that's on here. Bottom line is you can look at these different months. Now, this is over the past 38 months, and as you can see, it's starting off from September 2019, because this is from one of the leaders. He came in September 2019. The company, was formatted and was producing, and people were in as of June of 2019, but this particular leader came in at September. He came in at the end of the month. That's why it's only showing 2%. And then, of course, in 2022, I added, the actual numbers from the back office that I've seen. So you look at all those different numbers. This is crazy. So look at these different months. This is what I want to point out to you. It looks like the lowest month was around 11.95%. And that took place in June of this year. But if you look at even over the past year, this year, it's been averaging around 12%. Oh, no, correction. I'm sorry. When crypto did that first huge dip in May, oh yeah, we had a week where we got like only 0.65%. So the total for that month was 7.66. I got to close out with this story, because this was funny, to me anyway. So I have a um, professional that I know of that's got a lot of money. I'm going to send him this video. That's why I'm trying to be careful on how I put him out there. Anyway, I'm gonna still talk about you though. So the dude has a lot of money. He has like $250,000 up in Novatech. Uh, he's not under my line. I wish he was. That would be great, but it doesn't really matter. I don't really care. As long as people are getting this knowledge and joining and benefiting from it. So I go and see him, and he's like, man, did you see what happened, man? We didn't get 3%. We got 1.18. This was a couple of weeks ago. It was like 1.18%. This is when, crazy FTX went belly up or whatever. And I was like, uh-huh. I was like, you sound like you upset. He was like, yeah. I was like, really? I was like, dude, I can't even get a freaking firm 5.5%, a 0.5% for a whole year from my regular bank. To get 1.18 in a week? So even in May of this year, when we got 0.65%, that was still higher than what I get out of the whole year from my bank. You think I'm upset? Heck no. Novatech has never, ever had a negative return. Every week, a positive return. Go ahead and keep on sitting on the fence if that's what you want to do. But as for me and my family, you know the rest of the story. All right, the power of compounding. I think I already kind of covered this, didn't I? I did, didn't I? I did. All right. So there we go. That's the end of my time with you this day. What I'm going to tell you is please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. I'm not going to promise you that I'm going to be flooding you with a whole bunch of videos. I've got a lot of content already on this channel. If you are interested in changing your life, doing something that's passively, you set it up one time. I've helped a couple of my friends out, set them up one time, and then you just let the system do its thing. You set a goal, then eventually once you meet your goal, you start withdrawing and doing what you need to do. So again, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and that's it for me. This is Carlton, and many blessings to you and for the rest of this world.